Hi, I'm Allie Hamilton from yogisanonymous.com, obviously coming to you off the mat today with just my thoughts about the yoga practice in general and ultimately what it is that we're doing. So it is a spiritual practice, and I think in the spiritual community there's a lot of pressure to be positive all the time. One of the first precepts in yoga is non-harming. And when you suggest to somebody that they should always be in a state of gratitude and positivity, you're also demanding that they reject other feelings. And life brings everything. Some of it is incredibly beautiful, incredibly joyful, and some of it is devastating and heartbreaking. And if your spiritual practice is only going to serve you in those times where things are going really well, I don't think it's going to help you very much. There's something that I sort of refer to as soundbite spirituality, and it's that idea that everything's happening for a reason, or you may not understand why something is happening now, but one day it will make sense. If you're talking to somebody who's just lost a child, for example, those kinds of little phrases, they're incredibly alienating. It just lacks compassion to tell somebody whose heart has been broken wide open that they should somehow think about all the good things in their life, or focus on the positive, or have faith that at some point this will all make sense to them. I had a family member very close to me who was a child, and this was 25 years ago. That has never made sense. That will never be okay. That will never be something that a parent feels grateful for. They may grow a lot, they may learn a lot, they may be able to serve other people who are going through similar situations with an incredible amount of insight and compassion, but it's just too cut and dry. It's trying to put a little tiny box around life, which you just can't do. So by my way of thinking, after practicing for over 20 years now, really what we're looking to do is just figure out what's true for us. And that is one thing that the yoga practice is just brilliant at doing. It strips away anything that is inauthentic. And sometimes those things are relationships, sometimes they're jobs, sometimes it's a way of being. It's not always comfortable work, but ultimately I think that is the idea, is just to be dealing with your own truth. And sometimes your own truth is going to be that you are in pain. I get emails from people on a regular basis, and they start off something like, I know that I have food in my refrigerator, I have a roof over my head, I have clothes in my closet, I have great people in my life, but I'm depressed right now. And I know why they're starting the email off that way. They feel guilty, as if they're failing in their spiritual practice because they're depressed, or they're enraged, or they're in a state of anxiety or confusion, or they feel lost. When we pressure people to be grateful and positive in every moment, we're also pressuring them to reject parts of themselves. And so now the person has whatever the initial feeling was, loneliness or shame, fear, doubt, insecurity, guilt. They have that very uncomfortable feeling to deal with, and then they have guilt on top of it. And it's an alienating experience. A spiritual practice should be there for you no matter what you're going through. And to be able to open to whatever you're feeling and examine it and hold it up to the light and get to know yourself. That's where the peace in life happens. It's knowing yourself, knowing who you are, being accountable for what you're feeling so that you can also be responsible for the energy that you're spreading, and not rejecting parts of yourself, embracing everything, even the stuff that you think is not acceptable. Taking a look at that and bringing that into the equation and understanding that it's all okay. We all have work to do. We all have places where we can grow. rejecting any part of yourself is being in a state of war within yourself. And the idea in yoga is to be just in that free flow of energy and love. And it's not always comfortable, and it's not always positive, and it's not always going to make you feel grateful, but it's your truth. That's what we're really digging for. And I just wanted to share that with you in case there are times you feel alienated, or you feel frustrated, or you want to throw your hands up and say, this doesn't work. That won't work. And that's really not the yoga practice. I hope that this little hit of yoga off of your mat has been helpful, and I wish you nothing but joy and love, knowing that you're going to experience other things too. And my hope for you is that your practice is there for you through it all. Namaste.